You are watching a special presentation from Tinkle Group Gaming. Hello guys, welcome here to the Jello Cup Series race number 5 here today from the Nashville Super Speedway. Today we present to you the Ally 400. I'm Brian here in the booth with you. Starting from the pole will be Kyler Anderson in that number 77, and to his outside will be the number 25 of Dan Hummel. Of course, as we get going here today, the big story, as you saw in knockout qualifying, the results before we started, this is going to be the last race that those 10 will have. I wouldn't say the last time those guys will have to qualify on time, but likely the last time those exact 10 drivers will have to qualify their way into the races. Of course, after today, the top 33 for this season will take effect in terms of who's locked in and who has to qualify their way in. So today is a big day in the Jello Cup Series. Of course, we're also racing on a Wednesday because of the Easter holiday, so a short turnaround from Circuit of the Americas, which was a little bit wild at the end. So some of these guys haven't quite cooled off, I'm sure, since we went there. We'll see if anything carries over here to Nashville today. And then, of course, they'll have a 9 or a 10 day break until the Auto Club race. That will be race number 6, and it'll be the first race that this season's top 33 will be locked in to the race as we kick off the West Coast Swing in the weekend after the next. But let's get going. Let's roll the intro. We'll be back with the green flag in just a moment.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great.
Here we go through 3 and 4. We're getting ready to go for race 5 of the season. This is the 1.3 mile oval. Heavy braking into the corners as these guys will be reaching speeds of 170, 175. Kyler Anderson, Dan Hummel, they'll lead us to the Geico restart zone. The green flag flies. The Ally 400 is underway. Already you saw Dan Hummel race off to the lead. Good start for the 25 team. Of course, we mentioned that after this race, we'll be kicking off the West Coast Swing. It's only going to be 2 races this time around. Of course, we'll be going to Auto Club Phoenix. Those will be the 2 races on the West Coast coming up. Then, of course, we come back to the East Coast. We actually come back to the state of Tennessee as the caution is out. Oh, the 41, Jessica Strauss, the 10 of Nate Rattray, and the 65 of Dave James. So we'll come back to the upcoming races in just a moment. Let's see if they pit before we go get a replay. And here they come. Of course, tires going to be very important here at Nashville Superspeedway today. Some guys are staying out. Looks like the 24 of Mitchell Hodak is leading those guys that stayed out. Oh, fuel only for the 77. He's out and away. He's the first one off. Right side's only for the 25. The 4 must have done fuel only as well. Let's go see what happened. A tight 3-wide situation, and Dave James gets hooked by the 11 of Samet Ozkan. Up into the wall he goes. And unfortunately, bounces back out, collects the 10, and then that's where the 41 gets involved. And the two of them go for a nice little spin, but tough break for the 65 of Dave James. We'll take you back to the green in just a moment. Getting ready for the restart here. It's going to be Mitchell Hodak in the race lead after staying out. Steve Morgan will be second. Kyler Anderson third. Zach Fitzwater fourth. Dan Hummel in fifth. Dylan Ibrahimian in sixth. Jessica Kinghart seventh. Scott Upton eighth. Charles Sanford ninth. And Muhammad Zain Abdullah will round out your top 10 as Mitchell Hodak will lead us back to the Geico restart zone. The green flag flies. We're back underway. We'll see how the tires pay off for the 25. They did go right sides compared to the ones who stayed out with their current set. I don't imagine it'll be much, if any, advantage for Dan Hummel. And you see there, not really. As Mitchell Hodak, for the time being, will get away. Again, we mentioned the upcoming races. We start off on the West Coast. We'll go to Auto Club in Phoenix. Those will be the two races. This time, Phoenix not a double header. It's only one race, as opposed to how things went the last 2 or 3 seasons. We then come back to the East Coast, and we will run on the Bristol Dirt. So that'll be the next race. And then we welcome back the part-timers for a race as we go to Talladega for the Geico 500. That'll be race number 9. And then we kick off a double header at Atlanta, the first of 2 this season. So again, Auto Club, Phoenix, Bristol Dirt, Talladega, and then the double header at Atlanta. Those are the races coming up on the Jello Cup Series schedule. And of course, Auto Club, as mentioned, in pre-race. The first race that we will see this season's top 33 locked in to the field. Mitchell Hodak maintaining that 0.5 of a second lead. Not really growing at all. Here comes the 77 to battle for second. You see, they're actually really spaced out, not really able to make up much ground. Looks like that turbulent air just has them caught right now. And you see Michael Collins dead ahead. He is the defending champ, running in 39th right now. Not a good day going for him. He's one of 3 cars 1 lap down right now. Of course, we'll keep an eye on this because if a caution comes out, one of those 3 will get the free pass to get back on the lead lap. Here we go, battle for second. Kyler Anderson, the first of the people that pitted. Of course, they are on even tires right now. 77 did a splash and go. And it looks like for now he might get around. The 15's not giving up on that high side. Meanwhile, Zach Fitzwater's sitting in the wings back there, just rubbing his hands together like, okay, come on, the opportunity time. And Steve Morgan, for the time being, will hang on to that second spot. Here's where the real fight's going to happen, though. That 38 is 1 lap down. He wants to stay 1 lap down. Mitchell Hodak needs to get around him. He's got a 1.8 second lead, and it's going to be on lap 15, a lap traffic moment. But you can see just how much that 38 is able to keep pace. And you see just how difficult it is to pass with the next-gen car here at Nashville. And you saw some interesting passes in the Lift National Series yesterday, but the Cup car is struggling so far in traffic as you see Mitchell Hodak really being held up by the 38, and now here he goes. He knows he's got to make the move soon. He doesn't want to give up much time to Steve Morgan in that 15. And there he goes. He's going to put Michael Collins 2 laps down. Defending champ won't give up that easy, I'm sure. Again, keep in mind there's implications with that too for Michael Collins. He, of course, goes 2 laps down. Now that takes him likely out of a free pass situation, and on top of it, as we get into the later stages of the race, there's overtime implications. This could put the 30. This could be the difference between the 38 being behind the wall watching overtime, and the 38 being on track, able to compete in overtime. You see the 24 trying to gap everybody. And now here he comes to the pit lane. 77's in too. So the short pit doesn't pay off, and Dylan Ibrahimian will go to the race lead. And this is huge because Dylan Ibrahimian had a extremely cold start to the season, so he needs a good run here today. He needs these bonus points. I don't think he's going to crawl into the top 33. I'm sure he will have to qualify his way in at Auto Club, but he certainly needs a good run. Because a good run today could make the difference in terms of whether he'll be close or way out. Here he comes to the... Oh, no, never mind. I thought he was slowing down to come to the pits. Here comes the 4, leading a group of cars, including Jessica Kinghart, to the pit lane. And now Dylan Ibrahimi and Alexander Rowe and Charles Sanford are your top 3. Now here comes the 18, along with the remaining cars that stayed out. There goes the 21. Or I'm sorry, 24. Keep in mind this is the battle presumably for the race lead. Mitchell Hodak, Steve Morgan, and there it is. The race lead now belongs to Mitchell Hodak. How's about Steve Morgan putting on the pressure right now, trying to force that rookie into a mistake? He's going to do exactly what he needs to do, being the veteran. And just look at these two. And Steve Morgan is just hanging right there. Dylan Ibrahimian, you see there, comes out. He's about 4 seconds back. He's closing, though, as these two are battling as hard as they can. See Steve Morgan kind of back off there. He doesn't want to use the bumper. Of course, you don't want to use it at this stage of the race. It is only lap 26, but you see him just inching there till he wants to get as close as he can without making contact with the 24. Because again, lap 27 now. There's still plenty of time for Hodak to come back and pull the same move on him. But he's going to want to, I mean, as much as that 15 wants to be patient, he knows he's the faster car right now. But as much as he wants to be patient, I think he knows he's got to get going. Because that 18 is closing quick. See, it's almost 3/10 that time. But look at the run that 15 gets through the middle of the corner. We'll see if he can make it happen. He's got the momentum this time. Here we go. He's sticking his nose out. Can't quite get there. See the 38. Michael Collins coming to the pits. The 21 is definitely, or 24 has definitely slowed down this run. He's not as quick as he was in the previous stint, and you see here comes the 18 as a result. And this is exactly why Steve Morgan, I mean, as much as he's trying to be patient, and he knows that that move could come back to haunt him, he should have just done it at that point. Because clearly the 24 is not handling well at this stage of the race. Here we go. Now he's going to try to make the move. Can't do it. And now Dylan Ibrahimian's going to try to make the move for second. And he might try to go 2 for 1 here. Battle for the lead now. And they need to get going now because here comes Zach Fitzwater. And also behind them, that lapped car, the 65, Dave James. He was involved in the first wreck. But here we go. Dylan Ibrahimian now to the race lead. And just in time because Fitzwater has just caught up. As now he's trying to get around that 65. Not for position, by the way. Dylan Ibrahimian leads. We're past halfway in this race. Again, I mentioned guys who need a good run here today because after this we determine, or after this, the top 33 this season is the group that's locked in. Dylan Ibrahimian, again, we can't stress enough how much of a slow start he had to the season. He needs a good run here today. And certainly leading laps, and if he can hang on, it would be great for this team. No doubt they are in a tough situation coming in here. Again, if I had to guess, even if they led the most laps and won, I just don't know if I could say the 18 is going to be in the top 33 after this race, but it would certainly put him pretty close. Which would be a better scenario than being way out entering Auto Club 10 days from now. Battle for third is on. Zach Fitzwater trying to put the pressure on Mitchell Hodak. And again, talking about guys outside the top 33 entering today, Zach Fitzwater was locked in by virtue of the top 33. He might not be after this race. He wants to make the most of today. And you see right there, he's going to get third. He's had a slow start to the season as well. A top 5 would certainly help his case. And thank goodness he made that move because now Charles Sanford has caught up to these two. And Charles Sanford, he's had, despite missing the 500, and he missed the 500 by a last lap pass, a last corner pass. He certainly has rebounded nicely this season. He's likely going to be in the top 33 after today, which is great news for that Trackhouse Racing team. And he's looking strong to start the year. And you know, the 500, they're always going to look at as a what could have been for Charles Sanford and the 99 team, but they certainly could look to put this in the rearview mirror with a good run today and potentially a win later in the year. And of course, they've got opportunities, by the way. Talladega's coming up. Again, Bristol Dirt, they won at last season to get into the playoffs. And we also look at Alexander Rowe. Another guy, he's made all 5 races, 2 of them by virtue of the Champions Provisional. Okay, that's a little bit rough, but the fact that he might be in the top 33, that's huge. Someone pitted. I believe the 15 came to the pit lane. And indeed he did. He's the first of the leaders. But again, for Alexander Rowe, though, he's had some strong runs when he's made the field. So the race trim is there, the qualifying trim not so much. But Alexander Rowe could try to end his winless streak, and we'll keep an eye on that all year, of course. As he hasn't won a race since his championship year. And that was back in season 5. Here we go. When will the 18 pit? If I was the 18, I would have came this lap, seeing that you have the lap traffic in front of you. He's caught Nathan Baden. And it's going to be a lap traffic moment on lap 40, presented by Fitzwater's Angriness. And you saw the 4 came in that time. Now he's going to try to lap Mitchell Collins in the 22, who's going to come to the pit lane anyway. Reggie Fogelman to the garage, joining his teammate Nate Rattray. Tough break for Reggie. I don't know where he was entering this race, but it might not be a good position entering the next race. Here we go. Will the 18 pit? Here he comes. His teammate Noah Sewell will go back around him. Here comes the 28 as well. You see in the corner of the screen. And here we go. What will the 18 do? Right side tires on. Now the left sides. They're going to do 4. And out they go. Will they retain the race lead? That's going to be the big question. There goes the lapped cars. The 17 included, the 38 included. Here comes the 4. Where will he come out in terms of the 4? He'll come out ahead. Dylan Ibrahimian leads. 18 to go. Coming to 17. Coming to 18 to go. My mistake. Caution's out. And correction, Steve Morgan. 15 is the race leader. And the free pass going to go to Dick Clark in the 43. I believe. I don't know. And actually, correction, the wave around's going to come around for the 43. So we won't have to worry about the free pass. Let's go see what happened. A phantom caution, I think we just got here, because I scrolled through the field. No one's off pace. This is exactly the moment where the caution came out. I don't see anybody that stopped. I don't see anybody that spun out. So we have got ourselves a little bit of a phantom caution here at Nashville. We'll be back with the green in just a moment. Getting ready for the restart. The car that was going to get back on the lead lap with the free pass technically gets the wave around now. And he's going to be coming to the pit lane. He does have some engine damage. Tough break for Dick Clark. It'll be Dylan Ibrahimian, Zach Fitzwater, Charles Sanford, Dan Hummel, Alexander Rowe. That's your top 5. We're back underway with a lap traffic moment presented by Fitzwater's Angriness. Fitzwater did not get rolling on that restart. Again, Fitzwater chasing career win number 10 here today at Nashville. He's going to have to get around a fellow Ford to do so, as well as a Toyota. Meanwhile, behind him, you got Alexander Rowe looking to end an almost 3-season winless streak. And then on top of it, get Honda their first ever victory in the Jello Cup Series. The 18 lets the 22 go. And just look at that, the 17 really holding up that 4 of Zach Fitzwater. That is not going to make the 4 very happy. Because now the second is almost a lead. Or, I'm sorry, the lead is almost a second. Oh my goodness. Mitchell's going to meme that. I promise you I haven't been drinking. But anyway, battle for second is on. See just how much Allie Rain is holding up that second place car. Here we go. He can't make it stick. Boy, that lapped car, 10 to go. That lapped car is really helping out Dylan Ibrahimian's cause right now. Two-second lead. Here comes the 16. That's Tyler Faden. He's having himself a run. You see right there, he's going to get second. Is it too little, too late, though, to catch the 18? Saw the 28. Alexander Rowe, he's battling for that third spot. He won't get it this lap. And now the 16 will try his luck getting around that 17. Here we go. Will the 16 make it stick? Yes, he will. And now, here's where Tyler Faden goes to work as he gets around Allie Rain in that 17. It's now Tyler Faden's project. He's got to close up a 2.5 second lead in 6 laps. Make that a 2 3/4 second lead. Here's where he might get some help from that 22. Back down to 2.5, 5 to go. Down to 2 now. The other question's going to be fuel. I imagine the 18's got enough. But what about the cars behind? Three to go. .22 pits. He doesn't want to be involved. I promise you that's not a black flag on the 22. He just didn't want to be in the middle of this. With 2 to go. Dylan Ibrahimian has led the most laps today. He's really looking to turn around his season. As he'll come to the white flag this time. It's going to be 1 lap of racing to go, presented by Mitchell's Memes. Dylan Ibrahimian. We mentioned the slow start. 40th at Daytona, I believe. He was lower in the points than some of the guys who DNQ'd for the Daytona 500. Okay? He was lower than them for the longest time. Today, he'll finally break through and get a much-needed points boost as Dylan Ibrahimian wins at Nashville. Congratulations to the 18. Big win for this team. Big confidence booster. Even if it doesn't get them in the top 33, it's a huge confidence boost for this team. And a much needed one at that. Should I mention, how about Dave James? He bounces back for a top 10 after wrecking early in the race. Talk about adversity and perseverance. Good run for them. We want to thank you for watching. We're going to show your results and your standings. And we'll be back in 10 days with the Jello Cup Series at Auto Club. But before we do that, we want to wish you either a happy Easter or a happy Passover if you celebrate either. But again, we'll be back in 10 days with race number 6 from Auto Club. But until then, goodbye everyone.